Welcome back, JDC family. My name is Jay. It's my Diecast Creations channel. It is late. It's like 1:45 in the morning on a Saturday. um, I got a few minutes to spare, so I figured I'd jump on here and see if anybody's even awake. I don't know. It's late. Don't really expect anybody to show up, but I found some stuff in the shop earlier today, so figured I'd share it with the interwebs and stuff. uh, get the computer up. I'm not really not expecting anybody to show up here, but that's fine too. I did some sanding on this Porsche so I could start working on it. I didn't get a chance to cut this out. I haven't had any time to do anything really, and we had some really bad weather come through. So the last couple weeks have been a little weird. But I haven't had time. I just haven't had time to go down to the shop. Really don't want to do sanding and stuff in the house like that. Um, so this thing's just been sitting idle while I'm handling other projects and such. Um, Pardon me. I'm just trying to get my computer going over here in case anybody does show up for the chat, right? So we'll get that there. Like I said, I'd like to start working on this. This is the Porsche that I'm gonna build for Andrew's 5 year anniversary. Basically, I sanded it down. I'm gonna start painting on it soon. Why is this doing this? Refresh or try again later. How about I don't and say I did? Yeah, everybody's probably sleeping by now. It's fine. You guys will catch it in the morning, I guess. Um, or whenever, right? Let's see. Testing. Is this thing on? Is this thing on? So yeah, I basically went down and I started sanding on it. My plan here, and I probably could wait a couple days for the weather to break to be able to use some spray paint outside, but I really would like to start working on this, so I'm probably gonna hit it with the Mod Podge and then start brush work on it and go from there. My computer is acting up. The YouTube on the computer is acting up right now. Basically, it's telling me something went wrong. Let's try this. Not that it matters. Nobody's here anyway. But um, I also found some stuff down in the shop. Some cars, right? I found some cars, so I'll show some stuff. I found a custom that I've been looking for. I got I didn't get everything up, but I got a good amount of the customs up on the wall right now. And I'll show you guys that when it's all finished. But I found um, I found some stuff in in a box that was marked vintage down there. So let me see. Change Diecast Creations. I'm not signed in for some reason. Da, 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 da. We'll just do this. Search. All right. Search. Let's see. Click on the live stream. Is this one gonna fail? Probably. Probably. And that's okay. Just make sure my audio's on. Testing. Can you guys hear me? Anybody there? not hearing nothing out of my computer, so that's not good. Says there's 2 people here. Um, mm, testing, testing, testing. Hmm. So maybe there is no audio. Whoever's in the chat, if you can, I don't know. I need a pen, I guess, to write this down. It's kind of embarrassing. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear? That ain't it. Can you harm me? Can you hear me? Yeah, Naruto says yeah. Naruto's here. What's up, brother? All right. Well, I don't know why it's not working on my computer, but if you can hear me, then that's cool. That's cool. I got chat up on that one. Boom, boom, boom. We'll just mute it anyway in case it kicks back in. Cool. So, yeah, man, I was just. It's late. I had a couple minutes. I was like, you know what? Let me pop on. I found my mount. It was down in the shop for the phone. I didn't find it. It's just been down there. But I did a little bit of work on the Porsche before when I was down there. I'm gonna start working on the paint on that. But I grabbed a couple cars while I was down in the shop because I found a box that I've been looking for. So I'll get right to that first. I got all my stuff unpacked, right? Well, most of it. All the customs are basically out of boxes, and most of it's on a shelf or a display. And once I'm finished with this, I'll show you guys all of that. But there was one car that I was missing. There was one custom that I knew I was missing. I couldn't find it, and I was a little upset about it. This was part of a group of cars that Kingman Highborn built for me. He built two cars for the babies, one each. That was for the Double Trouble build off. He built a Ferrari for Amanda, and he built me this really cool Chevelle, and it broke in transit. I got it, and it was in, the suspension broke off of it. So I said I was going to fix it, and then I never got to it while I was in New York because of the move and everything, and it got packed away, and I couldn't find it because I hadn't found the box it was in, right? So this is the Chevelle. Welcome back, welcome back. Kingman made me this, kind of like as the leader of the pack, right? Really cool though. He's got a gunner in the passenger seat. He's got this tribal guy. Oh, I hit the mount. He's got this tribal guy up top with a shield and all that. He's got the big speakers in the back, the doof wagon, I think it's called, or something like that. Right? So this showed up and it was broken, and I didn't get time to fix it, but I do have the parts here, so maybe I'll be able to fix this. I might have to print the suspension if I can find it. Maybe I could hit him up and see if Tony's in the house. What's up, brother? Nice, bro. Doing another live. Yeah, man. It's late here. I probably won't be on all night, but I figured I'd jump on and show you guys. Tony, you're in California, man. Are you anywhere? Did you get hit with those fires, bro? I hope not, man. I really hope you're okay. I know that was you live down by LA, don't you? Something like that. I think that's where it was, right? I don't know. I'm on the other side of the country, so but I was following along. So this is the suspension, and I think I'm gonna have a hard time trying to put this back together. The one leaf spring split in half, basically. I could see, I'll see if I can get this right, but pretty sure. I don't know, man. I think he glued it up top or something. Oh yeah. Okay. So maybe, yeah. See, okay. Oh, I keep hitting this mount. So it's basically that's what it looks like on this side. So I just have to duplicate it and glue it to the bottom. So I have to glue these two pieces together first, I think, which is not something I'm gonna sit here and do on live, but um. Oh no. No. I got it. That could have been bad. Don't lose it. Right. So I don't know if I can't get this thing to work out. I'll have to hit him up and be like, "Yo, man, can you send me another suspension piece? Because yeah, that looks like it'll do it. It's missing a piece at the bottom, but it'll be good enough to get it going. I could fill in the other piece with some glue. So anyway, that's the highlight there. I found it. I found it, man. I was bummed out about this because um I thought it was really cool, man. It's another piece to, you know, my story here, as far as YouTube goes and Gaslands and, you know, making friends on here, man. You guys have been more than supportive of everything that I've done. Even though I've never met anybody. Well, I have met a few people, but I've met a few people up in Rhode Island, and then you know, met a few people down here, and made some really good relationships over the phone through this channel, and I'm really grateful for that. Nice, brother, doing good and alive. Da da da. Also, I'm not gonna be here long. Stuck with a cold and not feeling well. Nah, you're good, man. You break out whenever you need to. This was a kind of late idea that I just went with. I'm good for now. Many people aren't so lucky. Yeah, I bet, Tony. I was seeing that, man. um, I'm glad that you're okay. I know that those winds out there were making the fire go crazy. So glad you're all right, brother. um, yeah. So I went down there and I grabbed these three little things because I seen them and I was like, oh, I gotta have these in the house. Um, so I'll bring this back. Skyline, right? Boom. Silhouette, I think. These cars, I think I told Dotson, man, I was gonna send them to him, and if I did, I'll definitely get them in the mail for him. I forget what these are. These are Speed Rebels. Speed Rebels by Plain Mantis. That's how it is sometimes, bro. Might not know most of us in person, but still friends. Also, you have no choice but to accept us. That's right, man. I guess that's part of it. When you put yourself out there on the internet, um, you can't pick and choose who's going to show up. And I'm grateful for everybody that showed up because this is what the JDC family is, right? I made this for unity in our community, right? And trying to spread spread you know help and tips and tricks and stuff to people that might need it, right? So yeah, I don't care. You know, as long as you're good people that show up, that's all I care about. You know, and I don't need to pull all these out, but I found the modifieds. Right, the modifieds are gonna go up on display. Really cool because I didn't know where they were, so I found them. And then I got this other one here with a couple rough castings, and I'm still looking for these things, man. I can't, I can't find them. I found one. It was in like a group of cars, and I wasn't trying to spend $30 for a bunch of cars that I really didn't want for one car, so I just let it go. um, but this one's crushed on the back here, so that's definitely gonna get utilized. Um, and then this one's got a little roughness going on too. So maybe I'll make this a custom. Excuse me, man. I'm all choked up over here, and this is definitely going to be a custom right here. So anybody that doesn't know, these are the Matchbox modified racers. If anybody's got any and they don't want them, send them this way. Yep. And then, just cars, man. Cars. This is the Chevelle. Boom. Found it. Got one. Bada bing. So, yeah, that's gonna be a whole thing. A lot of my cars that I have like excess of, I don't know what I'm gonna do with yet, but um, there's a ton of cars down there in the shop. So the girls will never need to go shopping for Hot Wheels cars, right? Let's put these over here for now. Um, we were in Walmart the other day, and I always bring the girls down the aisle so that they could see what's what, and they always find something they like, right? So Lily, she seen a school bus, and it was in one of the 5 packs for what is this? Maisto. Maisto's got that Walmart line. Um, what is it called? I forget. And of course, I threw the packaging out. Adventure Force, I think it's called. Adventure Force. So they had a 5 pack, and it had a school bus in it, and she wanted it. And I was like, all right, cool, because I'm going to take these two out of it. Right? So the girl's got a school bus and a delivery truck, I think, and an Audi or Volkswagen. And I took these two cars, right? And they're cool with it because they got the school bus and their other stuff. I'm not gonna blah, blah, blah. I'm good for now. Let's have some time. Sorry for the wording. Not sure what would be better words. You're always preaching about uniting everyone, and you always did that. That's why I have a lot of respect for you. No homo. No homo though. Yeah, I appreciate it, man. Um, it's what do they say? You live what you learn, or live that ain't it. Live what you learn. Um, I do what I say, and I say what I do, right? So, that was part of my whole thing when I started this channel, was to help people, man. There's a lot to this hobby. So, um, I'm wondering why this isn't working. It's backwards. That's why. Boom. Flip it around, buddy. Uh. So I found a new tool, um, which I didn't really think about before, but these are little punches, right? And I had them down in the shop, and I was down there sanding on this thing, and I ended up taking a drill bit and making some cuts in it, scratching it up and all that. And then I'm sitting there looking at these punches on the table, and I'm like, I just wonder, right? So I took it, and I gave it a shot. Boom, right? Looks like bullet holes, Boom. Put some bullet holes in that bad boy. You guys can't see nothing, can you? This side, I figured I'd light it up like they were driving through and got lit by a machine gun, right? So it's all gonna get painted, right? It's all gonna get painted, and I'll detail out all these little holes and stuff, but and some of it'll get covered up with armor maybe. But I thought it was a cool little thing, man. You know, you take the punch and hit it, and I ended up hitting each one of these holes twice, just to just to do it, right? I'll show you guys if anybody's not used one before. You just press down, right? Boom. And I just gave it another one. So, just another trick of the trade, right? Got a couple little punches to use now. And then I seen this. This came with the Secret Santa. So I had some stuff down in the shop when I was building my Secret Santa ride. I was in a rush. So a lot of that diecast stuff that I had down there just kind of got left because I haven't had time to be down there. I'm too busy with the girls and life. But when I seen this, I was like, oh man, I gotta grab that back up because it's already stripped. So this is a casting I could start working on immediately, right? You start thinking about these things when you don't have time to be outside and spray painting and all that because the weather's been bad. So this is a casting I could start working on immediately with the help of some Mod Podge and some brush work. That one will be good. But this will be the next one on the plate because, well, it is on the plate, I should say, because this is for Andrew's 5-year anniversary for Maple Leaf Customs, and the deadline is the 15th of March. So let me get this thing out of the way. I don't know that I'm going to start painting on that tonight, but we'll see. I do want to get this out of the way so it doesn't get damaged anymore. Oh, that's what. Okay, so that's where the wheels get glued to the end, and it snapped off. Okay, so that's why they don't look exactly the same because axle snapped off on this one. So, oh, I'm the same with my niece, nephew, and daughter. I keep some castings. Yep. Basically, I'm not in the diecast community much anymore. Still sticking around. Yeah, man. I mean, once in, you're always in, right? Well, for most people, unless you do something dumb. But yeah, man. Life comes first, man. I've been busy. I mean, we moved. You guys all know. You guys all already know the story. 700 miles. You know, had to renovate a house and stuff, and all while raising 2 kids, keeping the wife happy. You know how it is. You gotta keep going, man. You gotta keep going in life, right? That's what it is. So, thankfully, I have the opportunity to set up my workstation here and get a little piece of the house for myself here that I can tinker around with a few times a month. That's what it's gonna come down to. Because by the time I actually have time to work on stuff, I'm tired, man. I'm usually tired. You know, it's a lot. It's a lot raising kids. You know, by the time you're done with everything. Yep. Welcome back, Jay. Scott Harvey's in the house. What's up, brother? I'm just sitting here trying to finish my 4 horseman rat rod. Right on, man. I look forward to one day being able to get back into build offs. Right now, I'm looking at this one as a build off because there's a deadline, right? But realistically, I was just talking about, I just don't have the time to dedicate, you know. So I'd rather come and go as I can and as I please. It's a lot less stressful that way. And I just, it's kind of ironic that I'm talking about this, and maybe subconsciously that's why I'm talking about this. Is I just watched Jim Silva. Jim Silva just put out a video on knowing when to stop and knowing when to let go of a build. um, because it can get you can get emotionally attached to things, you know. So I remember in the beginning when I first started building, it was so much fun. It was so much fun. That's why I started, you know, like, and that's why I kept going because it was so much fun. I was like, I can actually do this, you know. And my imagination had been re-sparked, right? Like, you know, I'm a kid at heart. I've always been a kid at heart. Um, but through life, like you have ups and downs, and you know, life hits hard, man. When you're down, and you know that you're down, it it's a compounding interest. Like it hits hard, and it will really affect your mental state, especially from a um you know, imagination and creativity, and you know, being a big kid, right? That can get suppressed big time because um you know, life, right? Life, when if you're struggling in life, you know, whether it's financially or mentally or even physically, I guess at some points, right? um your mental state can be affected by that. So when I got back into this, and I'm not saying that I was in depression or anything like that. That's not the case. I was just, you know, I've had my times. We all have, right? You know, you deal with injuries and you deal with financial struggles, and you know, life and death, right? Death comes along, and that'll hit you hard with things, and whether it's a new death or you know, an anniversary of something, you know, holidays hit different. So, you know, there's a lot to that. And, you know, I'm not trying to sit here and be anybody's counselor, but um, push through and persevere, and you will get back to um, the positive side of life. And when it's good, it's great, right? It's great. So, when I to get back to my point, when I started customizing these diecast cars, it sparked my creative side to the point where I felt like I had, you know, been rejuvenated as an adult, but my childish side. I was reconnected with my childhood self because I grew up with these cars. These were the cars that, you know, these cars right here. These are the cars that me and my brother, we would be in the backyard, you know, digging tracks and out there racing them in the dirt and stuff. And you know, chopping legs off of picnic tables, and you know, lining them up on a board and picking up the board and letting them run, right? Drag racing down the picnic table. This was my childhood. So to be able to get back to it in a different aspect of this hobby, right? Because when you're a kid, it's a hobby. It is a hobby. You don't realize it at the time, but your hobby is going out and playing with cars, right? So now I'm just older and I'm playing with cars again, and it's freaking great, man. But where I was going with that is that you tend to get lost in at a certain point, right? Whether it's between the YouTube part of things, or we're just trying to, you know, step up our game, customizing and stuff. You know, if you do too much too fast, the fun can go away. And I think that at the end there, when I was moving, like when I started packing up my stuff, um, the fun started to go away because I was still taking on pressure. I was still taking on builds, and I shouldn't have been. I should have I should have had a hard line drawn in the sand where this is where I'm done, you know, and I didn't. So I left off with the diecast stuff a little, you know, I don't know, not on the best terms. And maybe I didn't say that out loud, but I was feeling the pressure at the end there, right? So to be able to get back into it and have a new setup and a new place to work and a new mindset that this is just for fun, completely for fun, and that I'm doing this for my mental state and eventually for my kids for something that we can do together, right? And share. They already love playing with Hot Wheels cars, and I'm already planning on building the greatest Hot Wheels track ever created out in the shop for them. I just got to figure out that, right, clearing it out and getting some room and time. So I am late night rambling. I think that's the video name. But I'm hoping that and somebody might have got some value out of what I just said. But we'll see. I see that Andrew's here. So hey, Andrew, I'm glad you finally made it. So maybe I hope you're still here. And I'm probably won't be on here for very long. It's 2:15 in the morning. But I'm glad that you were able to make it. Good morning, I believe. It would be morning time for you, if I'm not mistaken. Um, it's probably coffee time. Scott says I had to stop for a bit detailing with frozen exploded pipes and smashing my finger. Oh no. Exploded pipes are never good. Never good. Oh man, I hope you got that figured out. Last minute decision to cut open the engine bay and add an engine. Oh, he's talking about his rat rod. Okay. I hope you don't have exploding pipes in your house. Appreciate you making the effort to do the Porsche. Andrew, I'm trying, man. I'm trying. I've been very busy. We had really bad weather here the last 2 weeks or so. Um the storms that were coming through, and then we had snow hit twice, and just and we're busy with life, right? So I haven't been able to touch the Porsche in a week or so. But I got down to the shop today, and if you haven't seen it, I'll give you a heads up. I just basically was able to sand it down, and I did some battle damage to it. I'm gonna end up either waiting until this upcoming week when the temperature is like 70 degrees out, to spray paint it, or I'm just gonna go off with some Mod Podge and start um, put a base coat down, and then I'll start brush painting it along with all the other bits and bobs I'm going to throw on there. But at least I can start building now. I couldn't do anything with it gloss painted, right? So whether I'm going to brush paint the car or I'm going to spray paint it, I can start working on it now, which is cool. um, oh, and I don't know if you saw it, but maybe you could add this to your arsenal if need be. I found these down in the shop, and I was like, oh, these might come in handy. So that's how I got the bullet holes. They're like little handheld punches, right? And I hit them twice in each hole, and it looks like bullet holes, right? So thought that was pretty cool. And the lighting in here, man, I'm gonna have to figure this out a little bit better because that is one thing that irritates me. The lighting in here is not great. I have the light bar that came out of my armoire that I was working in. But I haven't been able to mount it yet, and it's going to be kind of difficult to get it where it needs to be. But I'll figure all that out. The lighting in here is not great though. All right, so where we at? I appreciate you making the effort. Naruto, it's a lot. Buying diapers, baby formula. Yeah. Clothes and a lack of sleep while working a full time job really takes its toll on its, yeah, but it's life. It is life, man. And you know what? When you where there's a will, there's a way, right? And if there's anything that I've learned from being a dad, from becoming a father, is that saying right there, where there's a will, there's a way. It really will bring the will out of you. That's for sure. Um I'll do anything for my kids. So, you figure it out, right? You're in North Carolina. I don't know where you're in North Carolina, but it. So here's the thing. Me and Amanda, we found consignment events. And if you go to these consignment events, you can buy clothes for like $1 a piece, like shirts, pajamas, stuff like that, right? And some of it's a little bit more than $1, right? But you go on the last day, 75% off. So that's how you get it for like $1 a piece. Um, and if I'm correct about you being in North Carolina, there's one tomorrow. It's the last day, 75% off in Concord. Um, the Tar Heel, I think it's the Tar Heel consignment or something like that. You look it up, you'll find it. But you can find some stuff for your kid in there for sure. Definitely. Um, I fell behind on the comments here. Scott, I got so many builds I started and never finished, but going to try and finish as many this year as I can. Yeah, I hear you, man. I probably have a bunch. I probably got a bunch of them packed up in random boxes that I'm never gonna find. uh, Another feeling. The freeze where I live took out the pipes and my breaker box working. Oh man. I'm sorry to hear that. Man, oh man. The frozen pipes, man. That's bad. I have a portion of red line build. Should try to finish. Yeah, the Porsche is top on my list, man. I gotta finish this Porsche. I'm gonna do everything I can to finish this Porsche, Andrew. Um, with all that inner child with diecast racing. Yeah, right on, man. That's what got me back into it too. Seeing that 3D bot maker stuff, I was like, oh, this is really cool. Bro, your personal life should be your priority. Diecast a hobby and should not be stressful. That's right. That is right. But being that it's a hobby and it's made to relieve stress, it can flip sometimes, when you start to take things a little too serious. So, then there's nothing wrong with that. That means that you have passion, right? If you start taking your hobby so serious that um you're taking it personal, right? It means you're passionate about it. And I that's who I am. Like, I know that I'm passionate about the things that I love. So I wouldn't expect any less for me to take this too seriously at some point. Right? Amanda gets upset with me all the time because well, she used to, at least, because I'm so good at things, right? Like, and I'm not boasting myself up or anything, but um you know I'm so good at things that I naturally pick things up. But she would get upset when we go and like play things like cornhole and um I don't know, other games and stuff. I was just naturally good at it, right? um and I don't know what I'm talking about right now. I don't even know where I'm going. I'm getting tired. Got pipes sorted, but had to crawl under my place at night after work. Oh man, and resolder some stuff in -15 Celsius. Jesus, come on, man. Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that, Scott. That is tough, bro. Ugh. I bet you appreciated the heat after that one. Holy cow. Talking about finishing customs, I got a lowrider 54 Impala. I'm making for Cecil. I'm throwing the entire bathroom and kitchen at it. Yep. No idea how to do engraving. That's not even my thing, man. You could probably look up some YouTube videos and they'll tell you how to engrave. You carve it on a test case and then redoing the same thing on the Impala. So I put myself in a hole. I want to be greatest custom ever seen. We all want him to be the greatest ever. That's for sure. Definitely, as it was the hot water line. Oh man. Andrew says I still do one upload a week. On Saturdays with the odd midweek entry. Trying to do all the team builds is impossible. Yeah, that's true. We all have to pick and choose which ones we do. That's true, man. Appreciate you guys do the Four Horsemen stuff when you can. Thanks. Yeah, I'm gonna, and I said that when Scott came in. I said I'm gonna look forward to it when I can get back to the build offs. Right now I can't take on the pressure of a deadline. Besides this one, being that it's up my alley, it's my style. I'm gonna build it in my forte, which really doesn't take a lot of effort for me. Because it's what I'm prepared for, right? When you get into different themes, you know as well as I do. When you get into other themes, it can be a little challenging sometimes, and if you're not set up for it, especially being that half my supplies um, are not set up at the moment, right? Like I have my stuff here. I don't know where any of it is. I'm starting to get a little bit more organized. The 3D printers have helped me with that big time, big time. But I still haven't hooked up my computer, so I haven't even tapped into the full potential of the printers yet because I'm only working off of the files that are on Maker World that are on the app. So I'm just printing what I can find there that works, and so far so good. I've gotten to print off, and I'll show you guys when it's all set up. But I printed off 4 sets of vertical car displays. So that holds 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's 20 cars there. I need to double that so that it fits on top of the display there, and then maybe I'll do another 8 of them, so to hold another 40 cars. I got all the Ferraris and the double trouble builds out. I'm trying to finalize my Gaslands display. And I just don't want to show you guys the stuff because it's not done, right? And it really doesn't look good right now, but it's getting there. It's getting there. Man, it was cool opening up those customs. It was really cool opening up the box with all the customs in it. It brought back memories, and just the feeling of camaraderie, and the fact that all of you guys did this stuff for me. That's the humbling part. It's the humbling part, and then not just for me, but for Amanda and for my kids. Like I wouldn't expect it. I would not have expected if I were to go back, to the beginning of me starting my channel and and predict that there was going to be what, how many, what do we got here, 1, 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, there's 48, there's 90, 48 and 48 is 96, and then another, there's probably over 100 customs that people have sent in for my family, for the channel, for the JDC family. It's humbling, man. It really is. It's really humbling, for Kingman, even, to send this thing, to build not only this, but to build a whole fleet for my family. That's crazy. For oh man, Replicas sent a whole transport with 3 race cars, and you know he didn't have to do all from Canada, all the way from Canada. He didn't have to do that. You know, I got so many memories here when I start looking around at these cars, and it really is humbling, man. And I'm grateful to have started a community like this and be accepted into the diecast community as a whole. Really not knowing anything in the beginning, so to sit here and I say I got customs from Switzerland, from Andrew, right? I got all the way to Australia from PB, and Canada, and man, these cars are all over the place. They're from all over the place. So it's really a special thing, man. I never would have imagined that it would have turned into what it did. And even as a small channel, 4,000 subscribers is nothing in the drop of the bucket for YouTube, but it's huge for somebody that I didn't know what I was doing. I just fired up a channel. Why not? Let's do it. And here we are. And not only that, but to sit back and think about where my customs are. All the cars that I gave away, they're all over the country. And that's really cool for me because, I think I've talked about this before, but I'll say it again. It's really cool for me to think back that, when somebody when somebody looks up on their shelf and my custom is sitting there, it might inspire them to do something, like and also that my work is in somebody else's shop or house and is being cherished, right? So that's the artistic side of it, I guess, right? But anyway, I'm rambling again. Basically, what I was saying is, when the whole display and everything is set up, I'll show you guys. I'm not there yet. We're not ready for it yet. But the printers, that's where I was going. The printers have been cranking. The couple days there, I didn't print anything at all, just because I didn't want to waste too much filament. But the last 2 days, I've been working on some stuff for the house with the printers. It's really the best investment that we've made. Well, besides buying a house, right? And I think the next step up is selling one of these minis and buying a full size A1. I thought about just buying another one and having three printers to start a business with, but I think I'll cross that bridge down the road. For now, I think selling one of these A1s, the minis, and buying a full size for the bigger build plate is going to be the way to go. They I only have so much room in the house, so to take another printer on, I'd have to move them all out to the shop because it would just take up too much space. But we're printing all the things we need. Today I made two camera mounts, corner shelves for the cameras in the for the baby cameras, for Amanda. So she's happy with it too because I make all types of stuff. I make all types of stuff that she finds and wants and needs, right? So she's loving the printers too. Let me get back to the chat here. Maybe Andrew's in the house. Maple Tree, appreciate you guys. Do the Four Horsemen. Yep, yep, yep. We love to see what you do when you're able to. Keep it simple, keep it fun. That's right, Andrew. That's right, man. When it starts to slip, you got to walk away, and you know, hopefully, I don't get there too fast. I'm excited that I was able to get this setup back going. I'm still not 100% on this desk. I think it might be a little small for me, but we're gonna make it work for now. And if I gotta get rid of it and get something bigger, then we will. But right now, it's doing its job. To a friend of mine has requested a '64 custom Impala for me. I haven't been able to find a Hot Wheels. Not much available over here. Same with here. I was extremely lucky to come across a '64 Impala in a Flames 5 pack. If it works, it works. Hold on, Andrew. Hold on. Let me see. '64 Impala. I might have one actually. Let me see. 1964 Impala Hot Wheels. Oh, that's the one they did the RLC car out of, huh? 64 Impala. I don't know if I have this car. If I'm being honest, I don't know if I have one. I'll take a look, Andrew. I'm not sure, man. Now that I look at it, I'm really not sure. Let's see more images, maybe. Definitely don't have the taxi one. Don't have the green or the red, or I might have a blue. If I have one, it's gonna be blue. My memory's telling me that I might have a blue. I don't know. You know, if I come across one, I'll definitely put it to the side for you. Yeah, I'm thinking I might the blue looks like it might be something I might have. I don't know. I have to look, but if I got one, it's yours, Andrew. I'll say that. So I don't know. I didn't know they made one. It was this guy's first real car, so he gave me the color specs, etc. Still looking. Thanks, Jay. Yeah, I mean, it looks like they made one. As far as I can see here, I don't know if I have one though. That's all. Produced from 2004 to the present. That's right, right there. And it looks like Maisto made one. Super rare vintage. That's $450. I'm not even looking at that. Maisto made one as well. And what is this? Oh, that's the Maisto one. I don't know what that is. American Classics, whatever that is. They made one too. I'm not sure. 64 Impala. I'm sure there's castings out there for sure. But getting your hands on them is going to be the hard part, right? Because everybody likes a 64. Um, that's that lowrider, right? So, by the way, sorry I'm not chatting as much. Nah, you're good. As I usually do, just typing is taking a lot of energy. Dude, you need to go lay down and close your eyes, man. Hydrate. Drink some water. Drink some water and orange juice. Get that vitamin C in you, especially if you're sick. If you're sick, you're not gonna go to that thing anyway. Um, yeah, man. I hope you feel better for sure. So what time is it? It's 2:40. How long have I been on here? Almost an hour. Yeah. So basically, I guess I'm almost ready to paint this thing. I don't think I'm gonna paint it tonight, but maybe I'll put some Mod Podge on it. So that stuff's quick to dry though. So yeah, I was excited when I got the bullet holes in this thing. It's like, oh, that's cool. So I pulled out all this stuff. I was supposed to cut this back piece off to drop an engine in, but oh, Andrew, you weren't in here last time when I was talking to the guys about building this thing. So the plan here is, and I don't think you heard the story of why I'm building this car either. So basically, I'll tell you again quick. I found a diecast store in my town. It's called Carolina Diecast, I believe. Carolina's Diecast. And the guy in there, he's a Porsche dude. He loves Porsches and he does customs. He doesn't have any social media. But he does customs, he keeps them to himself or whatever. So he did show me some of his work and it's really good. But when I was in there, I was talking to him about what I do, and he was like, "Oh man, that'd be really cool to get a Carrera like that." So it was the first time I met him. I didn't say anything. I was like, I don't want to commit right now, you know. But then I started thinking about it, and I was like, if I'm gonna do Andrew's thing, maybe I'll build this guy a car. You know, it's give a car away, right? So I went back in there. and I got some protector cases for Brusolo. He was looking for double protector cases, so I went in there and I got them for him. And while I was in there, I was talking to the guy, and I brought it up. I was like, "Yo, man, you were talking about a Carrera or something, right?" And he's like, "Yeah, that'd be really cool." I was like, "You have one?" And he was like, "I could buy one right now." I was like, "Okay." I mean, I don't think I have one, so if you buy one, I'll build it for you. You know, so he knows it's coming. I asked him if there was any suggestions or requests, and he said no. So that basically tells me I got full creative ability here. There's nothing holding me back on it. Talked to the guys in the last live stream, and we kind of came up with a game plan. I think we're gonna use these wheels. We're gonna use these wheels here. All right, nothing too big, nothing too crazy. They fit in there. I'll probably stagger them out a little bit so it's got some off-road-ish look to it. And then we're gonna stuff this big old V8 in the back. Yep. It was only a Porsche for so long. I'm gonna cut the back of the roof, take a notch out, and then I'm gonna trim the interior and get that out. And this V8's gonna stick out the back, just over. I don't know. It's gonna be hard to see on here, but basically, it'll stick up like that, and then I'll have to fabricate some headers out of some paper clips or something, right? But yeah, that's the game plan. So it's gonna be off road ish. It's more of a street car, but it's gonna have the off road tires on there. Gonna put a machine gun on the side of it, I think, because it's the only flat surface ish area. Um, so that's probably what that's gonna be. I don't know what kind of machine gun it's gonna be. I might even build one with some junk materials that I have, so that it's not all 3D printed stuff. I've kind of avoided using 3D printed stuff for the most part up until now. Because I was like, oh, it's kind of cheating, Like part of the hobby to me was finding things that could be made into things that they're not, right? So I don't want to end up relying on 3D printed stuff, but I do have a good amount of it that was accumulated in New York from what people have sent me. So, in the interest of saving time, I may end up using 3D printed stuff on this car, primarily, right? So that's the plan. That's the plan on this one. Man, my throat is scratchy. Apologize to you guys. Um, Interesting build. Yeah, I think so. I'm gonna probably put some lights on the front of it. A light bar across the front, or maybe even up top here to give it that rally look, right? Maybe we'll put some luggage or tanks or something up on the front of it. I don't know. Nothing too crazy. It's gonna be a more of like a death race kind of car, not a Mad Max style, right? The death race stuff is um more on pavement, if you will. I don't know. I guess it's kind of hard to explain it how my mind works, right? A Porsche with a V8. A Porsche with a V8 in it sounds like a purist's worst nightmare. Yeah, probably. And I have no apologies for what I'm doing. I have no apologies for what I'm doing. If he doesn't like it, I'll take it back, right? But Nah, he's not a. I don't think he's a purist. I think he just loves Porsches. He's a younger kid. He's like 26, I think. 26, 27, something like that. He told me how old he was. I forget, but he's in his 20s. So for me building him a car, I don't think he's gonna be upset that I stuffed a V8 in it. He also didn't, I asked him if he had any requests, right? I'm building it. I'm building it the way I build things. So, um, he should like it. Anybody that receives it should like it, right? I know I like everything that I've been sent, whether it was 100% my style or not. I can't say that I've been sent anything I didn't like. I don't think, you know. So I don't know. As a purist, I guess it could hurt his feelings, but I'm gonna make it so awesome that he's not even gonna notice. uh, 14K's Porsche from Death Race was the coolest Porsche ever. Gotta admit it. I was trying to remember that. Let me look that up. 14K, right? I was trying to. I knew that there was a Porsche in Death Race. 14K Death Race. Boom. Death Race. And I tried to look up Death Race Porsche, and it didn't. It wouldn't do it. Death Race, the death of the 14K. Why am I not getting pictures here? Um, Images. There we go. Yeah, somebody built this in the Gaslands UK competition. So it looks like all these pictures are from a video game, man. GTA 5. Why can't I get pictures from the movie? See, I didn't watch all the movies either. I'm not gonna sit here and try to lie to you guys. I didn't watch all the movies. I don't really know the backstory on most of these things. I have seen Mad Max, and I've seen Death Race. I think it was the first one with the Mustang. I think it was the first one. I don't know. So it was 14. Was this car in the first one that I watched? I don't remember. I don't remember. It's been a while since I watched that. So yeah, all right, cool. I'll use this as a reference point for this build for sure. Um, it's gonna be different. It's not gonna be the same, but I like the look of it. Yep, for sure. So here we go. What do we got? Uh, I'm a total Porsche guy. No offense taken when someone customizes one in a wild way. Appreciate that a Porsche was the base to start with. Yeah, right on, man. And listen, I'm not completely butchering it. The engine's going in the back of the thing, so I could have took the really cannibalistic route and stuffed it in the front. That would have really made some people mad, but it's going in the back window. I've tricked out a few of them myself. Yeah, right on. I've seen it. The first Death Race has the Porsche. Okay, so it was in there, and has also he Mustang and Ford truck. Ford truck. Yeah, 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 yeah. Right. Okay. Yeah, I think I remember that. And is it that's the one with the big rig too, right? The war rig, Enter the War rig or whatever. Um, yeah, it's been a while, man. I haven't seen that movie in so long. But yeah, I'll definitely take it into consideration. I'll look at some pictures of it and see what I can add to it. I try to take inspiration from many places. So yeah, I got all the pieces to the puzzle for the most part. Gonna use stuff like this to, cover gaps and holes, and um, I'll have to make up some headers. Looks like it might be about the right size. Yeah, that'll work. That's the valve cover. What am I doing? Valve covers. So yeah, these headers will come out the bottom. We'll be good. It'll just take me a couple nights to start working on this thing, fabricate it up, make sure that everything is where it needs to be, and then paint it, put it together. I don't know if it's gonna be a roller because these wheels are kind of weird. So I might. I mean, if I drill a hole through it, I could probably put a pin in. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll drill a hole through and make it do it the right way. But that's the plan. That's the plan for that one. I really want to fix this other thing that Kingman sent me because it's been broken since I got it. So I'm gonna try to glue that suspension back together and see if it'll work. But if not, I'm gonna hit him up and see if he could print me out another suspension for it. um, First, this raises a Porsche Mustang. Rudy's in the house. What's up, brother? Good morning. Good morning, my friend. A chopped Porsche with a truck bed attached and a big blown V8 in the front with pipe exhaust out the hood. Has a hovercraft system on the. It sounds ultra cursed. You're on shrooms, Andrew says. Oh, that's funny. That is funny. Yeah, and I'm getting delirious reading it. I think I'm getting tired. Ah. So good news is we're getting there, man. The workspace is coming together, and getting these 3D printers has let us start organizing more with the house. So and with the house comes with the hobby too, right? I can if I need a shelf, I can print a shelf. If I need an organizer, I can print an organizer. This thing is awesome. I love this printer. And I don't have to deal with any of the stuff that Andrew has to over there with the fumes and stuff. I don't know how he's doing it. I don't know how he does it. I do respect it though. Dealing with that resin stuff is something else, man. Um, I'm just glad I can throw a roll of filament on this printer and hit print and it goes. It does it. I haven't even hooked up the computer yet, so that's the next step though. I'm being lazy with that. I need to get that going so that I can expand my horizons, right? Um a ton of ideas circling through my head. Yep. Times even say, how are you thinking? Have a great evening and day, brother, and everyone here going to sleep. Tony's going to sleep. Good night, Tony. Is this your Porsche for the Maple 5? Yes, it is, Rudy. I haven't been able to do much work on it, but I got it taken apart. Um, Today I got down to the shop and was able to get sanding on it and start doing some damage, battle damage. It's gonna be post-apocalyptic because it's my forte. It's what I'm set up for here. It's what the easiest thing for me to do in a short amount of time. And also the person that I'm giving it to, he doesn't have anything like that in his collection, and he's a Porsche guy. And when I told him what I do with Gaslands and such, he said, I think that would be really cool to have a Carrera. So I told him to give me one, and here we are. So he gave me the car, and I told him I'd build him one. So it's going to be a post-apocalyptic death race style Porsche Carrera. Um, and I was just telling these guys that I'm going to cut the back of the roof right here with this line and stuff a V8 engine in the back. So yeah, there you go. It's gonna be. Oh, that's the plan, at least. As long as time prevails here, that's the plan. To get the V8 in the back of the Porsche, right? There's always room to pivot if I have to pivot. Whether so this has happened before where I have a plan and I go to do something and I make a cut and it doesn't look right, or it just doesn't, it's not what I want to do at that point in time. I decide to pivot and something else happens. So, right now the plan is to stuff this engine in there and go with these rims and, do all the things that I said before, but all that can change too, you know. That's the beautiful thing about customizing and enjoying it and not having pressure. Um, with that being said, the 15th is coming. So, um, have a good night, Tony. Yep. Okay, guys, got a jet. I have 5 Porsches on the bench for March 15th, plus a transporter. All for giveaways, draw prizes. Busy. Have fun with your little cars, everyone. Love you, Jay. Take care, guys. Peace out. Andrew, I appreciate you stopping by, my friend. Um, yeah. You have fun with those builds. Don't stress out over them. Remember that. And I know you will. I know you have fun with them. But just saying, good start, good build start with a good plan. That's right. That's right. So you know what? On that note, I'm probably gonna call it myself because it is 2:50. It's 3 o'clock in the morning here. Um, I'm gonna go wash up and go to bed. So that's it, guys. It was an hour and change of me rambling, showing a couple things, and just letting you guys know I'm here, right? JDC is alive. We're still here, and I can't express how much I appreciate all the people that are still here, whether it's one or two or five or 20. Um, you guys rock, man. You guys rock. JDC family is in the house. With that being said, I'm gonna catch you guys on the next one. Peace.